How can businesses use virtual reality to get the most out of it? Virtual reality technology lets people interact with objects or other people in a world made by a computer. Users become part of the environment, which gives them a more complete experience. As VR helps digital transformation and innovation, more and more businesses are using VR for meetings, sales presentations, and training that are more effective. We'll look at 5 ways that VR can be used in business, as well as the pros and cons of doing so. The business use of virtual reality. As the price of VR headsets goes down and visionaries look into how this new technology can be used in business and make money, interest in VR is growing rapidly. Augmented reality and virtual reality overlap with a lot of other kinds of technology, like biotech, video, and gaming. In the coming years, this list of categories is likely to grow, which will open up more business opportunities across tech sectors. Even though VR headsets are very cool, many people who work in the VR industry say that hardware isn't the only area where things are getting better. Most people think that the technologies that make VR experiences possible will improve quickly, along with the demand for new apps, content, and accessories. Companies need to figure out how to use VR to bring in money right now and in the future. Virtual reality and how businesses can use it. In many ways, VR makes sense for business. We'll talk about 5 ways that your business can use VR. 1. Use the idea of try before you buy. If your company makes and sells products, VR could change your world in a big way. VR gives companies a whole new way to market and promote their products. For example, in certain US markets, customers of Lowe's Home Improvement can design their perfect bathroom or kitchen and then use VR to walk into the finished space and try it out. Customers work with a trained salesperson in Lowe's Hollow Room to choose from thousands of products such as paint, flooring, plumbing fixtures, and appliances. The app is made by AR/VR app company Marksent. Marksent says that these products are added as virtual 3D objects to the design. Once the customer is happy with the space they created, they put on an Oculus Rift headset to explore it and make any changes that are needed. The customer orders the products and services they've already tried in the store's Hollow Room to bring their virtual design to life in the real world. Lowe's Innovation Labs also made a VR Hollow Room how to program to teach customers how to do projects and a Hollow Room test drive program to teach people how to use power tools correctly. 2. Show well-known products to new groups of people. The video game industry is a natural fit for VR experiences. But as VR becomes more popular, game companies can reach more people with their products and grow their markets. VR games won't need you to know how to use complicated controllers if you have the right accessories. With VR motion capture gloves, you can play a VR game by turning your head or reaching out with your foot or hand to touch something in the environment. For example, Neudem's High 5 VR glove, which is a global leader in motion capture technology, tracks how users move their hands. It lets players interact with virtual objects in a virtual world by using their hands to do things like grab, throw, stack, and draw. 3. Promote tourism as a virtual experience. Sure, you could watch a movie about a place or, with the help of a friend, Skype your way across Europe. But other than being there in person, there's nothing better than shutting out the real world and experiencing a place fully with VR. Too cold, too expensive, or too far to go to Antarctica. Instead, go on a VR trip. Wild Within was a virtual reality, VR, experience that was used to promote travel to British Columbia, Canada. Viewers could choose between 2 ways to travel through a rainforest, along the coast, or up a mountain. Since then, Destination BC has added more virtual travel and online tours so that visitors can dive into visual stories to get a feel for their trip. With Taklim VR boots from Cerevo and other VR gear, virtual tourists can walk on a beach and feel the sand under their feet. Other parts of the virtual world, like the effect of ocean breezes, the sound of waves breaking, and the sound of shorebirds, could make the experience even better. Travel World VR and VR Cities are 2 VR travel apps that can make you want to see more of the world. If you add a virtual reality tour of a hotel or resort and a virtual visit to a nearby coastal restaurant, it could help you book a vacation or buy a vacation home. 4. Grow programs for education and training. Over the past few years, e-learning has helped students get ready for jobs in a wide range of fields. But these programs may not be good at getting people ready for jobs that require hands-on learning. Immersive learning simulations are one way that VR can help close this gap. For example, the Training Center of Air Conditioning and Heating in Houston worked with Brown Technical Media to create a VR experience that students could use to learn about the trade of air conditioning and heating. HVAC e-learning products included a full technician course that mimicked the hands-on experience of an HVAC lab in physical school. VR tools for learning have no limits. For example, the Our Night Sky overlays in the Skyview app help students find constellations, planets, and other objects in the sky. Messer technology is also used in Microsoft's HoloLens to help medical students learn about the human body. 5. Don't stick to the old ways of selling. Automakers are looking to virtual reality, VR, technology to attract buyers and shorten the time they spend at dealerships, and feel more emotionally connected to the things they helped make. ZeroLight, a technology company based in the United Kingdom, makes the software and visualization technology used in the Audi VR experience. Customers can configure their new Audi and virtually drive their dream cars at the dealership by putting on a VR headset. They can also look at every part of the car as they choose accessories in a virtual setting of their choice, like the moon, a tunnel, or the National Library in Paris. Also, Audi added a VR experience that lets passengers immerse themselves in games and movies made for VR. The VR experience changes depending on where you drive. This is done with a technology called elastic content. For instance, if the car turns right, the passenger's virtual reality vehicle, like a spaceship, also turns right. Did you know? In the advertising industry, virtual reality is leading to new ideas like in-game ads in a virtual setting and immersive, virtual rooms where people can interact with products. Virtual reality in business. Pros and cons. Think about the good and bad things about using VR environments in your business. Here are some of the most important reasons why your business should invest in VR. VR is a good way to talk to people. VR makes the experience of being in the metaverse better for users. VR lets potential buyers see a lot of detail. Here are some things that could go wrong if you use VR in your business. VR technology can be expensive. People who use the virtual world may get hooked on it. Technology is still in its beginning stages. As VR becomes more popular, more businesses will use it in their sales and customer service programs. VR experiences will get cheaper over time, which will make it possible for more companies to use the technology.